Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Tuesday, March 6th, 2018. I'm Fredicia Libert. The Ministry of Agriculture is expressing appreciation to a number of persons who on Monday, March 5th, assisted in putting out a fire at a paddock at the ministry's stock farm at Indian Castle. Hughie Sargent is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture.
Late yesterday afternoon, the Ministry of Agriculture was alerted to a fire in one of our paddocks behind me here at the Indian Castle stock farm. We suffered the loss of maybe just over an acre of land. This is where the land where we put our cattle to feed. However, thanks to residents in the area and some heavy equipment operators as well as the fire services, we were able to avert a major disaster. I think maybe sometime last year we had a similar incident where we lost pretty much most of the paddock that we had on this side of the fence. And we want to thank all of the first responders who would have came in late yesterday afternoon into the evening, particularly the fire department and Mr. Duncan Mills, who helped to out this fire. We want to say thank you again, and we crave your continued support here at the Ministry of Agriculture.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Hughie Sargent. Having dispelled rumors that a tsunami alert recently circulated is false, the Nevis Disaster Management Department wants to inform residents of the Federation's participation in Carib Wave 18 set for March 15th. Carib Wave is the annual tsunami exercise of the UNESCO Tsunami and Other Coastal Hazards Warning Systems for the Caribbean and adjacent regions.
All the Caribbean islands, including St. Kitts and Nevis, will partake for that exercise, and the goal of it is to strengthen the knowledge on evacuation routes, communication patterns, and to assess the speed persons will take from the unsafe zone right through to the safe ground. All of this is to improve resilience towards a tsunami and other multi-hazards. Once again, I would love to make a disclaimer that what is happening with the weather now has no connection with tsunami.
Jacob Gumba of the Nevis Disaster Management Department. The tsunami exercise Carib Wave 18 will have 3 scenarios: Barbados, Colombia, and Puerto Rico. All scenarios will start with one dummy message at 2 p.m., the time of the earthquake, and the first message for each of the 3 scenarios will be 5 minutes later at 2:05 p.m. Each member state will select one scenario, and that Pacific Tsunami Warning Center only will send simulated products for the selected scenario to the primary tsunami warning focal point and National Tsunami Warning Center of that member state. The Minister of Culture in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, has put forth a challenge to the Guyanese community for the upcoming Culturama 44 celebrations.
I am throwing out the challenge to the Guyanese community to have not just one, not just 2, but several troops on the main road come parade of troops. I want to see no less than 5 troops from the Guyanese community. It could be more, but no less than 5 for parade of troops come Culturama 2018.
Minister Evelyn was speaking at the recently held Masharama celebrations held on the occasion of the 48th anniversary of independence for Guyana. The event was held at the El Cemido T. Willett Park on Saturday, March 3rd. The theme for the upcoming Culturama Festival is Food, Fete, Folklore, Culturama 44. Culturama is slated to run from Friday, July 26th to Tuesday, August 7th. Still to come, High Commissioner Truss emphasizes diaspora engagement in meetings with nationals in Canada. The details after this break.
Even though I'm in Taiwan studying,
I stay connected to home by watching local news on NevisTVOnline.com
using my NTV app on my mobile device.
Remember, if you don't see and I don't see, NNC on NTV. Try it now.
Cannot miss this festival this year. I gotta be there. Gotta be there. Gotta be there.
Welcome back. Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liburd, is imploring the students who represented Nevis in the recently held Leeward Islands debating competition to encourage their peers to engage in positive activities.
Right, when I was watching, I think my feed got interrupted just before the announcement was made, but there was no doubt in my mind that we were going to win. And so this bodes well for us here as Nevisians. I believe that in you, we see the future of the island. We see future leadership here. And I was very heartened to watch and to listen. And I'm looking for great things in the future from those of you here and from your other classmates and peers. And I hope that you will be an inspiration to other young people here on the island of Nevis. We oftentimes hear of so many bad things, but I think that you guys here could be the inspiration to spur on many of your peers and many of the younger ones to doing positive things and to doing great things.
The Education Minister was speaking at the Welcome Home ceremony for the champions, the Nevis Literary and Debating Society, held at the Vance W. Amory International Airport on Monday, March 5th. Staff sponsor Anselm Keynes congratulated the team and noted that upon entering the competition, the team had the right amount of talent, intellect, and ability, and that manifested itself in Anguilla.
I certainly look forward to next year. We have, as Ralji indicated, as the most senior members of the team move out, we already started the transition period. And I think that is critical to ensure that we continue to see the quality of talent and performance from the island of Nevis. The students worked very hard. It wasn't easy. Many nights of intense practice and preparation, but I think that they are all comforted and delighted to know that it was not in vain. It certainly bore good fruit for us. And I want to thank you so much. I want to thank the Nevis administration, the staff, the teachers, the administrative leadership of the Nevis Sixth Form College and the Charleston Secondary School. Of course, my colleagues, Mrs. Wando Jones and Ms. Ursia Blake, were very instrumental and critical in providing that support and guidance.
This is the second time Nevis has won the championships for 2 consecutive years. Since the arrival of High Commissioner Her Excellency Sherry Truss in Ottawa on February 8th, she has been steadily engaging with top officials in the Canadian government, the Ottawa Diplomatic Corps, and nationals and friends of St. Kitts and Nevis. In a string of events held last week marking her arrival in Canada, the High Commissioner signaled that she views diaspora engagement as a key priority throughout her posting in Ottawa. This pledge coincides with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' first Diaspora Conference, which will be held from 19th to 21st June under the theme Diaspora Partnerships for Sustainable Development. At a welcome reception in Ottawa on Wednesday evening, Her Excellency Sherry Truss had the opportunity to lay out a vision for her tour of duty, which includes calling for a new era of development cooperation between St. Kitts and Nevis and Canada, as well as attracting more investments and encouraging more ease of travel and people-to-people exchanges between both countries. The High Commissioner heralded 2018 as a banner year for St. Kitts and Nevis, as it marks not only the 35th anniversary of independence for the Federation, but also the 35th year of diplomatic relations between St. Kitts and Nevis and Canada. The High Commissioner took the same message to Toronto on Saturday and asked the diaspora to join in the critical work of advancing the nation's development agenda. High Commissioner Truss told a packed hall that she could think of no better people to build St. Kitts and Nevis than Kittitians and Nevisians. She thanked nationals for the work they are doing to boost the Federation, whether it is through remittances, scholarships, or the provision of healthcare equipment. She assured the crowd that their respective contributions have not gone unnoticed and urged enhanced cooperation with the High Commission and Consulate to optimize the impact of the valuable work in which they are involved. The High Commissioner is set to travel to Montreal in the next few weeks to further engage with nationals and friends in that city. The series of engagements form part of the High Commission's enhanced public diplomacy efforts and builds on the government's promise to work at maximizing the contributions of the diaspora in nation building. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Library. Thank you for viewing.